Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 19 of Track Talk. It's Throwback Week, going to Darlington this week. An iffy track to say the least. Joined by a group of who's who in here. Got Mr. Fred Thompson and Rick Thompson joining us. But Mark, I'm gonna throw it over to you first. How you doing tonight, brother? Coming into Darlington.
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Well, I've already said I was doing pretty good. Excited to be here. Not excited for Darlington. What's your thoughts on Darlington?
I like Darlington. I mean, it's a driver's track, right? So I like tracks like that you actually have to drive. You can't just flat foot and hang on. So any track like that where, you got flat corners or, you know, things that are difficult right there, right? Usually I tend to like them better.
All right, we're also joined by, of course, Mr. Stats, the Butcher. Taylor, how you doing tonight, buddy? And what's your outlook going into Darlington?
I'm doing pretty good. Like Mark said, definitely a driver's racetrack, and of course, you gotta just love the history of this place. Of course, the oldest, well, quote, super speedway of NASCAR. I mean, of course, we can talk about like we talk about every week about keys to victory, like stay out of the wall, take care of the tires, pit road entrance, all that. But especially tonight, as far as like picking and choosing your spots to pass and managing like slower traffic as well, because whether it's just cars at the back of the field or people on different tire strategies, because yeah, I mean the closing rate here is huge, and if you don't time it right, I mean, how many times have we seen both in the sim and in real life a fast car runs over a slower car just because of the closing rate and not anticipating what's going on? So
right, well,
it's going to be a big factor tonight.
You mentioned keys to the race, so me and Mark and Dalton, a few of us were in there just kind of bouncing ideas off of each other for keys to victory. And the first one, Darlington, I mean, it's glaring. You think of Darlington, you think of the black stripes, right? The Darlington stripe. So key to victory number one is keeping the right side of that car clean, which I can almost guarantee you tonight there will not be one car that leaves Darlington with a clean, fresh right side. I just usually don't happen. And then heard the set was pretty loose from Mark, manage your right rear. Point number 3 is huge. Race the track only. It's kind of like what Taylor was saying. When you're coming up on people with different tire strats, maybe a little slower, or you could be that guy a little slower and they're a little faster. Instead of racing them, trying to pounce on them, every mistake they might make, race the track, and you'll definitely have a chance of being at the end. And of course, number 4, surviving the carnage. You got a fuel run of about 30 laps, with 216 laps around Darlington. So that's 216 times 2 times for me to hit the wall tonight. So we got a busy night ahead of us. But folks, we're going to bring in Mr. Fred Thompson first. Sorry, Rick. We got to bring in the old man first. Mr. Fred Thompson is here on Track Talk. I'm super.
That's your ageist.
What do you mean? Easy now. I'm super excited to have Fred Thompson out here with us. Fred, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing well. How about you guys? Sound like you're okay.
Yeah, we're living the dream, right? Just living the dream. Fred, you're somebody, when I first joined BPL, you were already here, right? And I soon learned that you was the old man of the group. No, obviously no offense to that, but you show up every week and you come out there, you race, and you give so much respect out on the track. So I want to say thank you for that personally. And it's awesome that not only you show up weekly, but you show up and your son races with you. So how long have y'all been sim racing together?
Yeah, like 2006,
really?
5, somewhere in that area, Rick?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Really? So going into a track like Darlington, Fred, I mean, it's a tough track. What's your thoughts about Darlington tonight?
Darlington is a very tough track for me because, of course, one end's smaller than the other, and I have to keep track of which end I'm at. It makes it a little bit tougher for me. And unfortunately, a lot of the guys go pretty fast, so it's harder for me to get out of their way without running over somebody or getting run over. But I have fun, so I enjoy it.
That's a good point, though, because you think of Darlington, it's not very wide, right? You can fit 2 cars there, but do you really want to be 2 car wide in the corner? I don't, personally, so that's a good point, Fred. I'm glad you brought that up. And then we are joined by the younger Thompson, Mr. Rick Thompson. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Glad to have y'all, for real. I want to learn more about y'all. I don't get to talk to y'all much. So Rick is the man behind Southern Shores. He came on board to sponsor the show. So talk to us about Southern Shores. What do you do in your day for the day job, Rick?
Well, Southern Shores is a real estate brokerage company here in the Outer Banks, and we sell houses, we rent houses. So if you want to come out and visit and have your vacation here in the beautiful Outer Banks, we'd be happy to help you find a rental to rent for the week, or you could buy an investment property and rent it out and see it as some kind of investment for your future retirement. Or if you want to come out and live in the area, then we're happy to help you with that as well. Help you find something.
Right on. So Rick, I gotta ask the elephant in the question room. Since you and your dad have been racing since 2005, yeah, not
What?
Rephrase that one.
What, the elephant in the room?
I
Well,
want to ask the elephant a question.
And Mark talks about my commercial talking so fast.
I'm lost here. I'm confused. What happened?
You said I want to ask the elephant a
We
question.
get what
in
you
the room.
mean. Just keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to ask the elephant in the room. Have you and your dad since 2005, 2006, y'all ever had an incident on track?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I remember
oh, yeah.
one in particular.
Really?
Oh yeah, we've hit each other before.
Who's usually at
In
fault?
Texas one time in particular.
Fred took him out.
Is that true, Fred?
I don't remember.
That's
I
awesome.
claim ignorance.
Right. That's awesome. I love it. So a few times y'all had a few run-ins, huh, Rick?
Oh yeah, we've had a few run-ins, and I mean, to be honest with you, it's been about 50-50. Sometimes it's been my fault, sometimes it's been his fault, but usually it's over with by the end of the night. We're done with it and moved on. You know,
You
we're
can't
just
yell
out
at
here
your
to have
dad, right?
fun. So.
It's
Yeah,
hard to yell at
exactly.
your
You
dad.
can only do so much.
Right. Like he can.
We don't argue or anything. Either he takes it or I take it, and that's the way it works.
Right on. That's awesome. Well, let's move on into some of the kind of the personal questions just towards y'all too. We've already asked y'all when y'all started sim racing together. What kind of equipment are you running with, Rick? We'll throw it to you first. What are you racing on them with?
So I have a Fanatec or Fanatic. I don't know how
Right.
everybody would pronounce it, but I've got one of the DD1 wheels, the Podium DD1 direct drive wheel with the universal hub, and then I've got a set of Husingfeld Sprint pedals. And
Right.
then my VR setup is a lot older than Mark's. I've got the original like Oculus setup that I use.
So you're VR too. Now, Fred, do you race in VR?
No, sir. I do not race on VR. I don't think I could take it.
Right. I don't.
And Rick would have to tell you what kind of equipment I got because it all came from him.
Well, Rick, so when you upgraded to Fanatec, Fanatic, whatever we want to call it, whenever you upgraded to that, you kind of just give him the older stuff?
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember when I was racing out of the trailer for a little while my wife was a travel nurse. That whole setup that I was racing with in my trailer is what Dad is racing with now. That's sitting in his house. That whole setup.
That's it. That's the same situation I tried to do with my dad. I was like, here, you can have all this older stuff. It's not even older stuff either. I only had it for like a year.
Right. He's got really good stuff.
Right.
He's got like the older Fanatec or Fanatic, the belt drive, the 2.5 belt drive base, and then he's got an older set of Husingfelds that pedals as well. So he's got a really nice setup actually sitting over there.
That's awesome.
That most people would like.
Would love to have.
Actually, he set me up with two. He set me up with two sets because I got one at this house, and we have another house in Utah. My wife and I
Wow.
got another complete setup there as well. And so Rick kind of maintains them both for me. I don't know what you call it by that. He does it, but he goes online and helps me out online doing that.
I even offered that to my dad. I was like, because he's scared of computers. So I was like, anything that happens, if I can help you, I can hook you up with somebody that can really fast, right? Or they can tell me how to do it.
We use
and I can do it.
TeamViewer a lot.
Right. That's awesome. So let me ask you now.
Give it to Emily, Tanner. Get her in there racing with you.
She's tried it one time, and it was USA Street Stocks when I was still in rookie class, and She went out, she looped it the first time, and has not tried. She didn't make it down the backstretch. Didn't even like to the blue cone or whatever. Didn't make it. Didn't make it to the cone.
Tell her Amanda races.
I've told her that before, and she won't do it. She won't get on here and do it. She's scared of it. She's scared of all of us. She says we take it too serious. It's a video game. That's what she tells us. But what's your favorite track, Rick? Like on a schedule, when you see it, you're like, oh man, this is it.
So I really like California and I really like Richmond. Those are the two that I like the most. But honestly, lately, the track that I'm really looking forward to this season the most is Twin Ring. I'm looking forward to that one the most.
Whoa, that's gross. Twin Ring, huh? Man,
That's really fun.
I enjoy that place. I think Rick finished second there last year, right?
I've been really fast there, so that's why I'm really looking forward to it.
I've only ran it when we run it in here, so I don't know a whole lot about it really. But
Hey, I bet you won't be as fast as Chris Berg.
No one is as fast as Chris Berg. We both know that.
Oh,
Jesus.
it's a playoff race this year. It's the first race of the round of 12.
I saw that.
So.
I saw that. Mr. Fred Thompson, do you have a favorite iRacing track or favorite track in general?
I enjoy Las Vegas, and I like Talladega because in Talladega I don't have to lift. I just hold on and hold it to the floor.
Right. I used to hate super speedway racing, but I've gotten to the point where I kind of enjoy it now with a good group. It's pretty fun. So Mark and Taylor, y'all are aware of 50-50. Just go through and take BPO drivers, and I'll ask a question about them, and you pick who you think is the correct answer. Let me get my notes up here. We'll start it out with, we'll go to you, Mark, since you're on camera. Which driver has more career BPL series wins? Jamie Walker or Dalton Kilroe?
So Dalton's had a lot of Jamie's had a lot of PC issues. So I'm probably going to go with Dalton.
Dalton?
I'm still going with Jamie.
So we got one Dalton, one Jamie. Rick, who you got? Dalton or Jamie? Most career wins.
Oh man, I think I'd have to go with. I'm going to go with Dalton.
Dalton, okay. And Fred, Dalton or Jamie? Most career wins.
I really don't know. Probably Jamie's the one that seems to get by me all the time, so I'll go with him.
You would be right. Jamie has a total of 28 wins, and Dalton has 24 wins. So they were right there close, right neck to neck.
It's amazing that he hasn't won a championship and plays in.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing to me is that Jamie hasn't won a championship.
Right. All right. Question number 2. This is just for this season. We'll tee it up to you, Taylor. Which driver has more incident points this season, Chris Carroll or Tanner Marr? Myself.
Well, hell, you only ran like.
I'm trying to think.
Laps, Tanner.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Don't run enough laps to accumulate that many points. Let's see. Well, I mean, as much as we kind of gripe about stuff with Chris, I mean, he is, for the most part, relatively clean. I don't know, Tanner. I think I'm gonna have to give that one to you, buddy.
Okay, Mark. Tanner or Carroll?
Like I said, you've missed a lot of time, like a lot of laps. So
half races.
I'm probably gonna go with Carroll.
84 Chris Carroll, 85 Tanner Marr.
Wow, that was quick. That was close.
I forgot about it. All right, we'll tee Rick up this time.
He does this, Rick.
Mr. Rick, which driver has completed the most laps this season? Hearing a lot of feedback again, Mark. Good now though. Completed the most laps this season between Mr. Corey Sherman or Derek Paulson?
Man.
That's what I read. That's what I thought too.
Man. Between
the
Sherman
more laps one's weird. It's weird.
Corey Sherman and what was the other?
Derek Paulson.
Oh. I'm going to go with Sherman. Only because I feel like Derek is like either he finishes really well or he gets destroyed and doesn't finish the race because he gets destroyed.
Sherman too.
Well, yeah, but Corey's really done a lot better job, honestly, this year of finishing races for the most part, other than when he's had computer issues.
Anybody else got any guesses between Corey or Derek? Most laps completed this season?
I think Derek's missed again. He's missed some races.
I would tell you,
think
hey,
he's
it's
got as many.
I wouldn't factor in that because it's close. It was the closest one on the list.
Well, obviously, or
Yeah,
you
I'm
would
gonna
have
go
picked
with
us.
Corey.
Still, that's what makes it close, right? So
Right.
I'd probably go with Corey because of that.
Yeah,
But-
same here.
Y'all would be right. Corey has him by 10 laps. 2,619 to 2,609. So they were right there neck and neck. All right, this is for anybody. Y'all can answer it. Which driver averages more incident points per race? Like, on average, gets more incident points? Larry Bell or Mark Arthur?
Oh, I'm probably me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
Mark.
with Mark
Yeah.
too.
What about the all unanimous? Make it Mark. Butcher. Mark?
Yeah.
Well, we would all be right. Mark has
Hell yeah.
he averages six
What's that about?
incident.
Hey,
You average 6 incident points a race. The
that's
Larry
the
Bell's
intimidator
5.89.
factor, lead
means
follow
that-
or eat the wall.
It's when he's coming up through the field on those
Yeah.
new tires. That's what he
Yeah.
does.
He's reckless. Reckless.
Yeah.
That means you lose 6 points on average every race.
Hey,
Yep.
That means you
Still
lose
up there.
16 points on
Right,
average
because of
every race.
the no bonus either.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Trust me, every time I hit somebody, I'm like, that just cost me 14 points right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which driver has more top 5 finishes this season, the Butcher or Stephen T. Johnson? Now, caveat to this: Stephen T. hasn't raced very much, right? He don't get to show up and race often.
Yeah, but when he does, he's
But when he
usually
does-
And when
in
he
there pretty good.
does, right, he usually
Right. I
finishes
mean, he
pretty
has a
good.
couple wins.
Right. So more.
Taylor races kind of timid. Right?
I'm gonna go with Johnson on that one.
I explained Taylor as a points racer. I think he
Yeah,
races
he's,
as
not, he's not a guy that gets
Well-
to fifth and has to get to third.
Well,
so
Taylor, I think it sees big picture, and he's just
Right.
trying to get to the end. You know.
I agree. So I've heard 2 Taylors. You said Taylor as well, Rick.
No, I said Johnson. I think
Johnson?
I think Johnson's
Yeah.
got more top 5s.
I'm going with Steven myself.
Okay, so
I know for a fact I have 5 on the year, so
you got 5, and Stephen T has 6.
plus 2 wins at Gateway, and what was the other one?
While you're thinking of that, this is another career BPL.
New
BPL
Hampshire,
question.
that's what it was.
In their career in BPL, who has more pole awards, Ty Morosco or Aaron Bockover?
Ooh.
So yeah, I know Ty started on the pole at Texas in 2020 and then lagged out.
Who remembers?
I know
that, dude?
Aaron has gotten some poles though. Like he has gotten pole position a few times. But I'm going to go with Ty on this one. This is
Yeah.
what I'm
Pretty
going to go with.
recently, though. Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
go
with.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
Oh,
Yeah, you
that
would.
was cute, boys. That was really cute. Jeez. One of y'all go ahead. Holy cow.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll go with Ty.
I'm
Mark?
going with Aaron.
So over the career, Ty has 2. Aaron has 1. That was
I would have thought both of them had more than that.
I did too.
I would have
That's
thought Aaron
why
would have
the-
had more than one.
That's why the question. That's why I enjoy researching these. I get to go back and look at that kind of stuff, right? That was before I was even here. All right, which BPL race this season has had more cautions, Dover or New Hampshire?
Dover.
Dover. Yeah, Dover.
Rick, more cautions, Dover or New Hampshire?
Thought New Hampshire was.
I'm going to go with Dover. Normally
Thought New
Dover's
Hampshire ranked-
Normally Dover has a lot of yellows for our league for whatever reason.
We are all wrong. Dover had 4. New Hampshire had
What?
6.
Was Corey in
Oh,
that
what?
race? Because Corey Sherman likes Dover. Corey and Derek, they like to get together at Dover.
I've seen
Well,
that.
last year that was caution free, except for the
Oh, yeah.
stage in New Hampshire. Which although as long as we went green, it felt like all the way.
All right, we know Atlanta got reconfigured almost like super speedway racing.
Ugh.
Which BPO race had more lead changes? So it could be where I'm not just talking single leaders, I'm just talking actual lead changes. Daytona or New Atlanta?
Oh, going with Atlanta.
I'm going to go Daytona.
That's what I would go with too, because typically you get a lot of lead changes.
I was blown away at the stat. Atlanta had 49. Daytona only had 26.
Oh wow,
Atlanta
That's
is
a
like
lot.
70 laps longer.
Right. And you think about Atlanta, you basically stay too wide the entire time at Atlanta. Sometimes at Daytona you can get spread out with fuel. I guess you can do that at Atlanta too, though. But I remember us at Atlanta, we just stayed double file for all the rows deep. And if you're in the back, you're just watching. You're just watching two lines of trains just move back and forth. All right, number 9. Who has led more laps this season? Cody Gibson or Chris Carroll? Mark, you're out. You know this. We talked on the phone yesterday. You know the answer. Who's led more laps? Cody Gibson or Chris Carroll?
Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chris.
All right, so this one blew me away as well. Cody Gibson second on the board with 396 laps led. Chris
Let him
Carroll-
guess. Let him guess. Let him guess.
All right,
Let him guess how many
good,
Chris has.
good job. Cody Gibson has 396. He's second on the board. Chris has more. How many? Yes,
Who's the closest without going over?
So Chris has more, right?
he has more.
Okay, I'm gonna say how much? How much did Cody have?
396, and I'm bleeding. 396.
I'm gonna say 445.
All right. Butcher.
I'm gonna say like around 700. Like the races he gets out front and like he
Stays
just
there.
walks away from the field.
Stays
Next.
there. Fred, how many laps do you think Carroll's led this season?
500.
He beat a winner.
No, Dalton will be the winner. Or not Dalton, Taylor. Taylor said
That's what I
7.
said. TBB.
I thought said you would be the winner. Saying that.
And Taylor ain't even close.
It's kind of. What do you say? 700. He's 731.
I said around 700.
Seven.
So do
Seven.
I get to play Plinko now or Cliffhanger? Do I win the Showcase Showdown?
Yeah. Yep. 731.
Finally retire.
731 compared to 396.
Wow.
So just about almost twice the amount of second place.
Right. I sent that screenshot to Mark. I was like, dude, look at how crazy is this laps? And I was like, well, this is a
Plus
50-50 question, so you can't answer now. Sorry.
Plus the 5 wins are pretty important also.
Right. All right, here's the final one. This one includes Mr. Rick Thompson. Which driver has more top 10 finishes this season? Rick Thompson or Corey the Shermanator? More top
I mean,
10
I know
finishes.
the answer to this, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, well, you go last then. Mark, more top 10s.
I'll say Rick.
All right. Butcher.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
wait.
say
I mean Chris Berg.
So annoying. No, or
I
keep calling you
mean, of
Dalton.
course, Iceberg has more than me.
Butcher.
I'm going with Rick.
Fred, do you have faith in your son?
Yep, I'll say Rick.
Right on. Well, y'all are all right. Rick has 7. Corey has.
You didn't even
5.
let Rick guess.
I knew the answer. I
He said he
talked
knew
about it with Corey last Monday.
How crazy is that? I didn't watch Shop Talk yet. How crazy is that came up? Wow.
Yeah, he talked about how he had 5 top 10s, and I was like, oh, I got 7.
Life is so weird. Yeah, we're living in a simulation, man. So that's 50-50 there. Just something cool that we came up with. Rick, did you talk about Darlington? Are you a fan of Darlington very much?
I'm not a fan. I'm
Right.
okay with Darlington. Like, honestly, I'm all right with any track. I don't really the only track I don't like is Kansas, and I don't know. I just don't like Kansas at all. But Darlington's not bad. You basically you guys hit all the marks on the head that I would have
Right.
said. Yeah,
Hey,
I like hitting you on the head, Mark.
Knocks us out.
But yeah, like race the track. That's the big key is like being easy. Race the track and don't get flustered or frustrated if somebody's slower in front of you on a different tire strategy. Just wait, get around them, take your time. Don't screw up by rushing and try to stay on the lead lap.
Now,
I'll give you a perfect example. Like in practice, I think I caught it with Ty and somebody else, and literally was beside him for a lap. Cost me more than a second on our lap times. I mean, it's that huge as far as when you're racing somebody when you're out there by yourself.
Got to be patient. I mean, you're going to give up some time like that. Sometimes half a second. But if somebody's slower than you, right, just got to just got to be patient, because if you force it, guess what? You're going to be losing a lot more time in the garage.
Right.
And or your race car if you
Yeah.
really don't get it right.
Right. It's an easy track to wreck at.
For the ones, I think everybody in here, y'all turn practice, right? During the open practice, or like
Yeah.
around people.
Yeah.
What about tires tonight? Are they going to be super important? I would have to imagine they will be at Darlington, right?
The setup was actually, well, for me, the setup was actually wearing pretty even. You know,
Really?
it's actually, it's actually pretty good. I mean, it's
I was
a
in the
little
80s
bit,
at the end of my fuel run, so
it's a little bit loose. Well, I mean the front to rear tire.
Yeah, just that first
Right.
couple of laps
For the
before the
same
tires
spread.
heat up, it's loose for the
Right.
first couple of laps.
That's what I've
But
heard.
then after that, it gets a lot better after the first couple of laps. But the first couple of laps is going to be loose. So if somebody starts trying to throw it in there, that first couple of laps before the tires heat up, there's going to be a big yellow.
Yeah.
qualifying is going to be exciting.
So we had. I mean, I think I did not put. Oh yeah, we had 9 cautions for a total of 36 laps last season at Darlington. Now that's ARCA car, different car, but basically the same people. We've had roughly the same group. A few came in. All right, we got about 3 minutes left, Mark. Let's throw it over to the Track Talk Pick'em of the week. Mr. Butcher got him a point last week with his pick of Kobe Sutphin.
2 in a row.
Yep, got his second one in a row. Mark, who's your pick? Paul Ellison. He was.
You guys can go first. I don't even have any idea yet.
I'm talking about last week. You had Paul Ellison last week, and he ended up finishing 15th, so only 2 spots behind. My pick, Chris Berg, didn't make the race. So,
Hate to see it.
yeah,
Chris Berg didn't make the race.
I wasted my pick on Mr. Berg, and he didn't even bother to show up. All right, so Butcher, you won. You have the floor. Who'd you pick? So I can lock her in.
Let's see. I think my pick is going to be the second number in his number is 6.
Are you taking Rick?
Yes, I am taking Rick.
I swear to God on everything I love, I was picking Rick tonight.
Well, better luck next time.
That sucks.
Yes, that's true. Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
We were talking about.
Man.
Oh my gosh, we were talking about that in Discord, and I knew if I picked Chris Berg, I mean, the world was going to come crashing down. So I have to save him for another night. But, in all seriousness, though, Rick, I mean, he seems to run pretty well. Didn't he run
does.
3rd last year?
Yeah,
I was 2nd. So
he did. I saw it in the research.
So don't let me down tonight.
I'll try not to.
I can't lie. That's really messed me up, because since I started working on the show today, I was like, well, all right, my pick, I got Rick tonight. And ain't that
next down the list?
Wow. I don't know. I don't have a next down the list. I didn't come prepared.
You gotta come prepared, Chief.
I did. I was super prepared with Rick, and then you stole him. All right, let's see here. Let's see.
Spin the roulette wheel.
That's
getting deep.
I'm going to go John Perkins.
You already picked him.
You already picked him. He's in your Tanner Kent pick list right there.
Oh,
way to come prepared.
Wow. So now we got to think even deeper.
And even our guest knows more about what's going on than the host.
Like I said, I watched the picks. This is my favorite part.
I don't know who to pick. I'm honest to God drawing blank here. Mark, you got your pick?
No.
Mark was going to pick Rick Thompson too. Oh wait, you can't, Mark, because you actually did pick.
You did already.
Rick, give me a pick, Rick.
Do I have any restrictions on my pick?
No, we won't give you none. You can pick whoever. I gotta pull up the list real quick too.
Oh man, I'm gonna pick Derek.
To win or to crash on lap 12?
Both.
Both. Actually, you know what? No, you know what? No, I'm going to change my pick.
Pull a
I'm gonna
John
go-
Hunter Nemechek.
I want Mike Hamlin. That's who I want.
I like that pick.
Okay. It's like you go pull a John Hunter from yesterday and cause a wreck on lap 10 and then still win the race.
I'm going to go. Have I went Paul Ellison? Do y'all see Paul Ellison on my list anywhere?
No, you haven't got him.
Looks like that one's open.
We're going Paul Ellison. That should be a good pick. Ellison's coming into tonight 7th in the points, as you see right there. That should be a good pick. Hopefully. Who do you got, Mr. Mark Arthur?
Bring them points back up. Let me see here. I don't know who I can pick and who I can't. Can't really read that shit.
Read that what?
You don't have it in your Discord conversation?
No, I didn't send it out.
Let's see.
Well, it doesn't change that much.
Yeah, you add one person. Yeah, you know Mark ain't gonna do that though.
I think I'm gonna go with Chris Berg.
Damn, Chief. He's already off the list.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Polisky.
And
I don't think I picked him yet.
I don't see his name on there. You're
I
good.
know when I picked him, he finished like.
I'm surprised
13.
you haven't picked Dalton yet. Mark.
I did. Well, I did.
It's not on your list.
Oh.
You know,
Well, I think it's so. I think the reason why is because I keep thinking I have picked Dalton because
of the Clash.
Right. Yeah.
And the Clash didn't really count. We didn't factor it in. So Dalton, you actually still have Dalton open.
You know what I say? Dalton. I'll pick him. That's what it is. I keep thinking that I have picked Dalton already.
It's good to have those heavy hitters late.
Sure.
To have those heavy hitters late. I mean, that's really good. Especially because we didn't even talk about the points. So Taylor's actually, if Taylor was here every week, he would probably be beating you because he's got 3. I got 5, and you got 8. So I need some weeks. So I need my pick, Mr. Ellison, to perform strong tonight. Strong.
I wonder where he finished here last year. I think he was here last year, wasn't he?
Come on,
I
Polisky,
think
you
he was
can do it.
You can do
Watch
it.
out for Rick Thompson.
What?
Folks, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. The chat as always. And Miss Connie, I saw your comment. It got buried, but she said hi to me and Mark. So hi, Miss Connie. Thank you for tuning in as always.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Yep. Miss Lola, if you're out there, thank you as always for watching. We're gonna try to finish. The poor car gonna try to finish tonight. We're gonna try. We'll see if we can do it.
No, there is no try.
Oh no,
like Yoda said.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try.
No, you will.
Yeah.
No, I'm.
If you were leading the race, you would stay, right?
Oh, probably, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
100%
Yeah,
would,
for sure.
Oh, this is fun.
Probably.
This
Oh
is
my
fun,
gosh.
man. I'm having a blast.
Yeah, if I'm out front, man, it's the best. I'm having the best fun ever. Oh, that reminds me, Rick. I gotta ask you before we close up. One thing you could change about Blazing Pedals. You have the wand. I know you kind of talked about it on Shop Talk, but just one thing, drastic or non-drastic, don't matter. One thing you would change.
Honestly, the only thing I would change would be
The owner.
no, Mark.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with you. I really don't. I've told you that before. My big thing
I
is
do.
that I would like to run something other than the Arca/Gen 4 car or the Xfinity car. Just anything else. I don't care what it is. Just something else other than those two. I'm just tired of going back and forth between the two. So I'm good with it. I'd be super happy with anything other than those two.
Unfortunately, you're probably going to have a lot of people salivating over that Gen 4 car this year.
So
I know.
I feel like
Yeah.
so I've been here for 3 seasons. I've seen the off-season vote swing both times, right? We're Xfinity this season. We're going to Arca next season. You can almost guarantee it. And then we're gonna go for Arca.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like every year. It's one or the other.
I agree with that. That's what I expect the Gen 4 cards because they got that update or whatnot.
So
Yeah, it's going to be the Gen 4 car. Everybody knows
change
that's something different.
that Arca car could come off of the vote if we make the deal that I'm talking to you about, Tanner, because there's going to have to be those available. So
Would
if
you
we
be?
can make that deal, Arca might not be a choice.
I know we're going long here, but would you be against BPO going next gens? I personally hate the next gen. I don't like
I
the
would
next.
be against it.
Right.
Yeah, but I
knew
wouldn't
that.
be against the league doing it. Yeah, I hate that car with a passion.
I don't like the car either on here at all. On ours, I don't.
Hey, I shouldn't be shifting with these things. You know, I shouldn't be shifting here. I should be shifting with a shifter. And those paddle shifters is just, to me, is I hate it. I hate shifting with paddle shifters, and it's not stock car racing, right? I mean, that's not the epitome that you think of when you think stock car racing,
I
right? You
agree.
think shifting gears and big old
You hear
clunky
me
heavy
say it
cars.
Anytime we go to New Hampshire or Milwaukee, what did I say? I hate shifting on an oval. It's so stupid to me.
Yeah.
It's just.
I don't mind shifting if I'm doing it with a shifter, but
Honestly,
shouldn't
I
be.
wish the older cars ran worth of crap, because I feel like the older cars would look really cool and would still give everybody what they wanted. It's just the setups are just awful.
Like
And
they don't even make the setups for those anymore. You're
yeah,
talking about the old Legacy Cup car, and that thing's
no, not even the Legacy Cup cars. I'm
super
talking
hard to
about like the
one
old,
right before these.
87?
yeah, the '87 ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those cars, they're
Like
the best
if
looking
those,
cars.
if they had decent setups on those and they ran worth of crap, I
Man,
would be
y'all wanna see
totally
some
all
wrecks.
for that.
Let's
But
run those.
that's what I'm trying to say is
Right.
I don't know if it'd be worth it, because I
Um,
don't know if we'd have clean racing as
As
a
far as
result
the
of it.
looks of it, though, they're the best looking
They
cars.
look
Right,
amazing. They
right.
look amazing
yeah.
for
like
sure.
like racing a
Design.
brick on the rims.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what they did though. I mean
Right.
it is they did race bricks, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean again, I'm with you. I don't know if it would be fun to
Yeah.
race it, but
Yeah.
it would look cool as hell.
We've done.
Especially
We
if you're
did
gonna
a.
use old
experience.
paints and stuff.
We did a
Yeah,
small like 10-week schedule of 87s, and we went to Dega, and then we also went to Bristol, Darlington, and it was pretty messy. It was pretty. Now
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah.
have BPO guys in there either, right? We had just a bunch of just randoms we didn't even really know coming there, and they liked 87s, and we ran them. And there was some races it was great, and there were some races, man, I was calling it. I was broadcasting. I'm like, man, oh man.
But it's just not worth it on a bunch of them. So like I get it. I understand why,
Right.
but man, they would look cool.
I'm on board with the
Well,
looks. On board.
Well, kind of not to change the subject, but a little bit of a throwback question here. Since we're talking about 87 cars that were at Darlington, are you guys running any throwback schemes?
Yes.
We're not.
I'm running one for my mom and sister, basically.
That's precious.
Oh, that's
You're so sweet. You're just the sweetest.
I had one in mind, but then Michael Falk made us all MFRD like a few years ago schemes. But I was going to go with the number, what was it? A Phil Parsons Alltel Xfinity car from the late 90s, because it was the number 10 car, and I like Phil Parsons, and it has the Penn State colors, blue and white, on it.
Right.
But I mean, I'm okay with running with the team cars as well.
Look at the little puppy. Fred has a little puppy right there behind him.
I've seen it walk behind him like 2 or 3 times.
Hey, Pooch. Hey, Poochie.
Actually, that puppy is he'll be 13 years old
Oh
next
my
week.
goodness.
Oh wow!
What's his name?
His name is JJ. He's a Cocker Spaniel.
Emily being here. Oh my God. She'd love it. Well, folks, we went really long. I need to get in turn some practice. Fred, Rick, thank y'all seriously for coming out, getting a chat with y'all. I know we was a little bit all over the place, but got to learn a little bit about y'all, so thank y'all for that. Mark, any final thoughts
Appreciate it.
before we head out of here?
No. I mean, just I don't know
Pray
how
for
many
us.
people watch it. I just hope people use their heads tonight and is cordial. I mean, we can do it. We can go caution free at New Hampshire last year. We can definitely go caution free at Darlington.
Yeah, and
so,
it's a really fun
Yeah.
track when you can do it.
I think
Right.
Darlington, I don't like the track, but when you get out there and you're actually race like late in a race and you're running good, it is really fun because it's really hard. It's not easy.
Right.
Everybody's gonna make a mistake tonight. But I want to let y'all know I've been bleeding this whole show, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna get out here and go clean up. I don't know why my arm just started bleeding. So thank y'all for tuning in as always. And until next time, episode 20 next week. We'll see ya. Mark, peace. Waiting
I
on you.
said peace.
Did you say it one
I
more
said
time?
peace.
Say it one more time.
Peace.
Thank you.
Peace.